and defeating the hateful ideology with the correct and better and more accepting and tolerant ideology. That's my position. That's how I feel. Sorry, I'm just reading some. Trying to get the read of the room. I think that there's a lot of valid conversation happening here. I really do. It's also the toughest fucking moment that we've had to deal with in a long time for a lot of different reasons. I think a lot of people are angry. I think a lot of the emotions are being misinterpreted, which again, like, is going to happen, and I don't think I begrudge anybody for that. Shoeless Joe says, the host, FBI caught your buddy today. This guy? This guy that his dad turned himself in? This guy, this kid who grew up in a Republican household, Republican, white, Mormon household? This guy? On Trump's shoulders? Also, they didn't catch shit. He turned himself in. What do you mean? Also, not for nothing, this fucking guy got on television and was like, this guy was like, we got him. Leading the most incompetent, biased, psychotic FBI organization ever. It's nuts. I'll see you in Valhalla? What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you out of your mind? And so, like, again, all of this points to the opposite of what you guys have been like vomiting on the internet instantly. Everything points to the opposite of what you're saying. You were up here saying it's the leftists led to this hateful rhetoric that caused this fight. He was being silenced for speaking his opinion. First of all, fuck you. Second of all, no, wrong, incorrect. Wrong, dude. leftist ideology? What are you talking about? It's such a strange cope. Gracie, you still follow me, by the way. Let me help you. Let me help you, man. Tio, you're a piece of shit. I just want you to know that before I mute you. You're a weird guy. We'll see if I have an account on Tuesday. I think that's a strong start. I think we'll see how that goes. Yeah. You're the problem. The problem what? Telling someone to feel a type of way of one is one thing, but having a genuine reaction is not criminal. I could see how it would be interpreted like that, though. I do. More importantly, Jen, I will. I did earlier, unfortunately. I don't really want to, go again. I'm still confused as how you think this guy was a Republican. Does that help? Does that help you? How could I make this leap? How are we making this leap? I don't know how anyone could. Oh, one photo? Yeah, that's all you took. That's all you needed to hear that he had written trans ideology on a bullet to call for civil war. That's all you needed. So yeah, maybe you save me the selective outrage. I will reiterate, I don't fucking know. I have no idea. I have no information about this, but I have to do this like Bin Laden right now. Yeah, 43. I guess you could say that. I guess you could try and paint it however you want. Except there's more photos, man. If you want to know the truth, you can find it. If you want to confirm your bias, you can probably do that too. And it kind of sounds like you're in for the latter. I'll go read the grandma thing. I'll go read the grandma thing. Roy, I fucking kind of feel like that's true, but I'm gonna confirm that also. Fuentes inscriptions are Fuentes fan base terms. Fuentes strikes again. All right. All right, nerds. AR burn, I get you. I'm the same. I'm gonna go. This will be it. I probably won't see you later. But fighting every instinct to take a little time, but it's kind of important that we're still doing it right now. So I think I'm gonna keep doing it. See you in a bit. Hopefully tomorrow. Love you. Mean it. Be safe. Be good to each other. Bye. Bye. Got your work cut out for you today? Yeah. Grayson, back at it. Grayson, you want to talk to us about what we're finding out about this guy yet? You want to come back in here? The other day you were in here talking about all like how leftist ideology causes violence. You know? Isn't that so fucking funny? Not funny, haha. Funny like you're a big dumb idiot. Allegedly. You know? Jesus Christ. No, I don't think they will. Whoever just asked me if they'd ever see the BS. I think it's fucking insane. Like the fact, like just even the whiff of this. What we know for certain all things point to like an even further right white supremacist ideology. It's fucking insane. And then people are coming on the internet going like, it was trans people. It's fucking nuts. What's crazy? I just made 2 videos about this. I'm going to make 90 fucking more. What's even crazier is the guy that ultimately we're going to find out, I'm very confident, caused this violence in the first place. People are avowing their support to the guy who fed into this like even farther right violent like nationalism that thought Charlie Kirk wasn't far right enough. And those people, the people outraged at the left for causing this violence, are looking to Nick Fuentes in the vacuum. It's the dumbest, it's singularly the dumbest fucking thing. It's the dumbest fucking thing. Like, look, Frankie too. You guys can like plug your ears and cover your eyes or whatever, and you can look at this. But like, the shit we're finding out is so fucking clear. He's already told the police that he was like subscribed to Nick Fuentes. I don't know what else you need from that. Frankly. So it's fucking insane. Yeah. It's nuts. They fucking within hours they came up and were like, the radical left. It's the radical left, without any anything, without any fucking thing. And then this. Oh, my thing's not working. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't know. It's just a fucking crazy. It's a crazy thing to hear people continue to push this idea. It's nuts. It's a fucking nightmare. Radicalized by who on the left? Who or how? Explain it to me. Explain how we have radicalized anybody. Grayson. We like literally the entire message universally is like, hey, please stop trying to fucking oppress people and let's do it non-violently. What in the fuck do you think? How do you think that message gets construed? Like, what do you mean? Fucking Jesus Christ. Grayson, you can keep crying. It's fine. It's fine, man. If like it, at a certain point, if you want to like close your eyes and deny reality, there's not much we can do. Which is kind of the problem in a nutshell. You can be shown evidence. This is going back since 2016. You can be shown evidence that his presidential address for his inauguration was one of the smallest ever, and you have people come out and tell you it was the biggest, and then you will parrot it was the biggest in unison. It was started there. Alternative facts, and you can like internalize it like no other group on earth, and you can be shown evidence to the contrary of your opinions and your beliefs, and you will reject it outright. And it's fucking insane. So what's the point? What is the point? It is a self-realization cult that you're in. You can be shown information and deny it. It's fucking insane. And dangerous. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Frankie, either grow a pair or shut the fuck up. Either request or be quiet. Either way. It is the other thing that we didn't. I think we talked about it yesterday. Appreciate you, Brian. The thing we talked about yesterday is people like gleefully calling people's jobs and supposedly getting them fired, or doxing them and like trying to call them like and being violent. The people doing that. Like there is a crystallizing moment that should be happening in their brains, where like if we've seen so many people get fucking canceled. Like there's a couple of instances that like jump to mind. The Central Park Karen who thought that the guy who was bird watching was attacking her, and like and she got canceled. She got fired from her job. And they're like, and which was like just this incredibly racist fucking moment where he was like, where she got on the phone with the police and was like, this man's attacking me, which was like the violence of doing that to a black man in America in that time was so fucking insane. So she gets canceled because she was like an avowed racist. There are even more like transparent ones than that. There are people like going in, that one dude who threw a smoothie at two like Mexican teenagers who were making him his fucking shake, and he called them like fucking slurs, and they found that guy and they were like, cancel culture, right? Cancel culture. You guys don't understand. Nobody on the right, you people don't understand what cancel culture was, because to you, the bigotry, the racism, the homophobia, transphobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, none of that affects you. None of it affects you. And so you look at this as petty revenge when somebody is like overtly racist to somebody and then they lose their job. You're like, oh, come on. What, you can't take a joke? What, the jokes? But this something happens where you see yourself, right? You see yourself in this fucking guy. People are making like tasteless jokes on the internet, and you're trying to get them canceled because you fucking think it's about you. You identify that somebody like you is getting hurt, so you feel this moral fucking justification. You feel a moral justification to get them fired. Suddenly, you understand what it's like when someone's being racist online to somebody else. It is always, it doesn't matter till it happens to me, and then I get it. Because the part of your brain where empathy should be is like rotting and shriveled and calcified because you're fucking stupid. Thanks, Amanda. Sorry to hear that. And so, like, yeah, that kid Ben the other day who was like, I'm getting people fired, and this time it's fine because they're doing it to us with like no moment of self-reflection. Yeah, dude. You so I don't know. If you take joy in getting people fired for making light, or in your view celebrating Charlie Kirk's demise, fine. Go nuts. But just understand that if you ever held the opposite belief at any point, you're a fucking dyed-in-the-wool, to your bones hypocrite. You idiot. You know? So, anyway, release the Epstein files, am I right? Anyway, release the Epstein files. Austin Photography, Kansas. I think I'm pretty cool. Yeah. How about your boy? Going? How do you, 2 days after Charlie Kirk's passing, how are you feeling in this moment? And he goes, I'm fine. Look at this ball. We're going to get a ballroom underway. Look at my $200 million ballroom that we're going to start. He gives a shit. He cares the way that you do about. Holy fuck. It's unreal. Ronnie, to be honest, I don't feel like debating you. I don't know that there's anything to debate here, brother. I think your brains are a little addled right now. I don't think that there's much that we're going to benefit from. Fizzy, I don't know, dude. Who knows? It'll be a minute. Hopefully. And then we'll try this first.
Yeah, how's it going?
Tough and getting tougher. How about you?
Why is it getting tough?
I don't know. I'll just gesture broadly at the state of our union.
Well, we gotta stop allowing the psychiatric patients to have an opinion, and I think life will get a lot better. We've allowed them to run
I agree.
too long.
There's one sitting behind the Resolute desk.
Well, like 90% of Democrats are on psychiatric meds, so I think that's where we can start.
What was the last, can I ask you a question? What was the last book that you read?
48 Laws of Power.
48 Laws of Power.
Yep.
When was that?
Probably about a year ago.
The last book you read was a year ago?
Yeah.
What's the synopsis?
Can't really blend it into synopsis. It just tells you different laws to acquire power, different laws that you should abide by.
Who wrote it?
I forget. I'll have to pull it out. It's in front of me. Hold on. Robert Greene.
Yeah. Can you give me your favorite 4 laws of power?
Nope, don't remember.
You don't remember any?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good book, but not something I really
but nothing you remember.
Yeah, what does that have to do with
I just think that you guys are fucking dumb. That's all. I don't think that you guys have a reading comprehension level above a 4th grader, and I think that you speak with the confidence of somebody who can digest and then process and then spit out information, but you don't. And saying shit like what you're saying, like what are we doing? What do you want to talk about, man?
Well, look how society's gone downhill since we've let the psychiatric patients out of the asylums and we've allowed them to have an opinion and to voice their words around the world. Look what's happened. Look how many laws have been put into and passed. Look at all the issues we have going on. And it's because look at all the issues and the laws that have passed with all the issues going on. Yeah, like thinking men can be women. That's a prime one.
What else?
That everything is white supremacy, even though we got rid of that years ago.
How is that a mental issue? How is that a mental health issue?
2025.
How is that a mental health issue?
Well, it's a victim mentality. That's the whole problem. It comes from
victim mentality is a mental health issue?
It comes from people, yeah, they live in victimhood.
Brother, you are the most triggered, victimized, fucking non-deserving victims on the face of this earth. You guys stay triggered, stay victimized, despite being given every fucking opportunity and returning nothing but mediocrity or failure.
Victim
it's
what?
Nuts.
People bringing up the race card every 2 seconds? That's the victimhood you're talking about?
What do you do?
I own an excavation company, and I broker deals in oil and gas.
You own an excavation company?
Yeah, I started 4 years ago. Before that, I got I did my HVAC apprenticeship, got my Red Seal. And then I opened up a medical schmannabis company, and then I left the industry and I started an excavation company.
Why don't you tell us what you actually do?
That is what I do.
I don't... How old are you?
33.
What year were you born?
1992. My birthday's in July. You can ask Ethan.
The fuck is Ethan?
Ethan Baum. Oh, I thought you guys all knew each other.
You guys know Doug?
Yeah, I know who Doug is. Probably know who he is too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug's got a weird opinion on pasteurized milk. Again, the pasteurization itself isn't so bad, but again, fortification process using emulsifiers and a whole bunch of diglycerides and stuff is really bad for you.
I think you should drink raw milk.
I do.
I think you should drink more.
Why is that?
Optimism.
Probably drink like half a glass a day. So,
I think full glass twice a day.
yeah, don't need that
From
much.
various sources. You got to spread it out. You got to get...
Well, to be honest, humans shouldn't be consuming cow blood, but that's another opinion.
You think that milk is blood? What the fuck is this?
Well, it essentially is, to a degree. Again, we shouldn't be consuming milk from an
How is milk
now there's
essentially blood?
There's cannabinoids in mother's breast milk, which is essential for neurological...
How is milk essentially blood? Go on.
It's produced by the blood of cows, correct?
You're saying it's milk is blood because it comes from a cow? You're the smartest conservative I've talked to all day.
Well, milk that comes from humans, it's the same thing.
You're the smartest fucking guy.
But I'm just saying we don't need to be consuming milk from another animal.
Is a cow's saliva blood?
It's not plasma, but I guess it's just like milk isn't plasma, I guess.
This is why you should not be allowed to speak out loud.
Why is that?
I don't think that you guys should be allowed to be outside. For you to come up here and like demonize mental health like this, and then be like this dumb is really.
How did I demonize mental health?
It's so on the nose, dude.
Mental health?
It's so on the nose. It's a little too on the nose, I think.
How did I demonize mental health?
Are you a Nick Fuentes friend?
Who is that?
Yeah, who knows? Don't look him up.
Okay, I'll look him up. But again,
okay. Holy shit.
What did I say bad about mental health?
What did I say bad about mental health?
Yeah, taking hormone blockers and a bunch of SSRIs and antidepressants.
Again, like sitting here talking to somebody who has no fucking idea about this is less than pointless. There's no fucking point to this. I can sit here and talk to you about like precocious puberty and how like Dan, there's just like so much studies about how it's like it's not harmful to do this and there's no lasting side effects and like we've been doing it since the fucking 60s and like I could tell you all of this shit and you have your fingers so far
I can tell you
in your ears that they're touching your brain. So it would be fucking pointless to sit here and have an actual conversation with you.
I got some really good news for you.
You specifically. Yeah, what is it? Tell me your good news. I don't care. Nobody cares. Anyway, I think his fingers are touching. I think cow's blood. I think milk is cow's blood. Now let me tell you about trans people. In a nutshell, okay, that's the point. This is my point every time, all the time. Every time, all the time. I think the earth is flat. Now let me give you my opinion on immigration. Shut up, dude. Shut the fuck up. Forever, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're so dumb. You people are so dumb. Why do you think about trans people so much?
He cooked you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, everybody saw it. I don't know why you think you see yourself as this, like, savior when everybody sees how dumb you really are.
Oh, okay. Well, what was he saying that was good? What was he saying that was good?
Can we talk about the shooter of Charlie Kirk?
If you want to.
What do you think about it?
I have complex thoughts about it. I'm more curious about what you think about it.
You know, Charlie Kirk always said that LGBTQ has an anger issue. It's either you agree with them 100% or you're not a part of their community. You don't think that the rhetoric that the Democrats have pushed out all these years, you don't think this is the result of it? You don't think of that?
I'm curious as to why you think Charlie Kirk insisting about something about a community which he hates is how you are.
Okay.
Is how you are informed about that community as opposed to having the community tell you themselves. And so insisting that, first of all, Charlie Kirk doesn't hate gay people. He absolutely hated gay people. He said it a bunch of different times. We can sit here and play 25 minutes of him insisting that like gay people were the downfall of society. So like I fundamentally reject this idea.
Sir, all the shootings have been part of LGBTQ. Even this guy,
all the shootings,
his partner, his roommate was part of LGBTQ.
You don't know that?
No, look it up on Google. Look it up on Google
right now. Look it up on Google?
Yes, his roommate was part of LGBTQ.
2 minutes ago, or a day ago, we knew that this was a leftist, like who carried this out. We knew that he was a democratic socialist. He was a part of and all of that was untrue.
Are you talking about him?
Depends on what your day's like.
Let me find out. Because you're giving.
Are you okay? That. Why do you hate gay people?
Because my best friend, who I'm no longer best friends anymore.
Yeah.
This was from experience. Mm-hmm. She went from regular to I was supporting her on the way of her transition. And now she's a completely different person, which I, how can I say it? Supported her along the way, but I realized towards the end, she was too, the pills, the estrogen, then she went on Ozempic. It was too much. I realized she became mental through experience.
When did you find out that you weren't actually her friend?
I was her friend through all of it. It was towards this election.
Yeah.
That made it more, that brought me to open my eyes, and her having so much hate, and I didn't understand why. And now after all of this, I know that it's the rhetoric that you guys push out. You guys are very
what is that rhetoric?
Look at Jasmine Crockett. Look at Jasmine Crockett. She told everybody
tell me the rhetoric that you're talking about. That people should be allowed to be who they are. Is that the dangerous fucking rhetoric that I'm sitting here pushing out?
Say it again.
Is that is saying that people should be accepted for who they are dangerous rhetoric to you?
It's not. It's not. That's not the.
So explain to me what is exactly the dangerous rhetoric of the left about this specific thing. Tell me.
It's either your highway or no way. And if you
when
don't
we're
get
talking
your way,
about when we're talking about
violence.
when we're talking about people's humanity, like humanity.
Look at Lily Tino.
Yeah, we're talking about
She told everybody to punch people in the face.
When we're talking about people's humanity. Yeah, we are. That's it is one way or the highway. We also have that feeling about segregation, by the way. Right?
So
we have similar feelings about other things too. That there is no wiggle room when it comes to people's fucking humanitarian rights. There are some things that we feel strongly about. That doesn't mean that you have to subscribe to what they're doing. We're just saying leave them alone. That's it. That's not radical.
Can I show you a video? Or
no.
Can I? Why? Because I have a video of a.
I don't give a shit.
It's 2 seconds.
Okay.
And basically, it's a video of a lesbian who threatened
Usually
another
I'm into
guy
that.
saying.
You guys are hateful. Huh. Interesting. That's fucking interesting.
Hello, good travel. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am good. I am having problem with my wife. Can you help us?
No.
What the fuck is your problem, please? I ask you politely.
Oh, okay. In that case, yes.
Okay, I appreciate you. She's requesting, please.
What the fuck is your problem? Okay, you're right. Sorry. Sorry, that was my bad. My bad, dude. Holy shit. Hi. I don't think Deja knows that she's on.
What's up?
Do we use your real name in real life?
We use James, but people say my real name too. It doesn't matter.
Okay, great.
Hello.
Deja, hi.
Hi.
Great.
How are you? I wasn't expecting you to pick up so soon.
So good. What's new, guys?
I came up for one particular reason, and this is going to be, I'm going to give a 60-second stump comment on this because I think it's driving me nuts with what is going on in the world, if that's okay with you.
I love these.
Okay. If you're under the sound of my voice, people are not going to have the same opinion as you have on every single issue. For example, I'm not going to go around giggling about Charlie Kirk, but if I wanted to, that would be my business too. I don't want to become what I despise, which is not having any empathy at all. I think he was a vile human being that did horrible things to people, said the most disgusting things to people. But some of you all want people to share your opinion in the exact way that you have it. And it's problematic. It's hugely problematic. I'm not going to celebrate anybody's death, but I sure in the hell won't mourn them either, right? And the rhetoric that I have seen on this subject matter is on my nerves. I mean, tap dancing on my nerves. Some of you all have nothing better to do, and you don't conceptualize that it is the distraction that the Trump administration wanted from the Epstein files. We are now talking about someone who is no longer on this earth, and talking about him won't matter one way or the other. But what does matter is releasing those damn files. So rather than running around telling people how they should be reacting to someone unaliving, I invite you to mind your own business and share your own opinion without trying to curtail the opinions of others. My last caveat to this, there was a different creator whose name I won't call. Also, don't tokenize Black people or trans people or any other demographic of person to justify your position on something. When you've never been to an HBCU, you don't get to talk about HBCUs. When you've never stepped foot on that campus or helped raise money, you don't show up in your videos trying to defend your position by using Black people as a shield. The end. I'm going to land my plane unless you have questions.
I missed that chapter, but I don't need a refresher.
I think, James, I think you and I are in the same boat. I share the same sentiment. I think one of the most tragic, or one of the most frustrating things about this is this does really go back to the discussion of gun reform and gun violence in this country. And if this Republican Congress decides somehow, hey, we want to put forth some legislation for gun control over this matter, it would be good, but also why not? What happened to this? Why not have this reaction for the babies who died in Sandy Hook, or the kids who were subjected to murder or killed in their classroom for 75 minutes in Uvalde? Like, why is this an urgent matter? Why would this be an urgent matter now that this YT supremacist influencer is now unalived? And also, as a festival goer, avid festival goer, if you know if that's code word for you guys, I can't say I feel safe. I mean, these DHS agents out here, you know what they said to somebody the other day? They came up to somebody and was like, well, one of the DHS agents came up to one of the protesters and said, "Who paid you? Who paid you to be here?" So yeah, those are my overall thoughts about it.
I just have a canned response for Daisha or for anybody else that is asked that by a uniformed officer. You just look them in the eye and you say, "Your mom paid me to be here. She likes when I show my face at these things." So, yeah.
You know what?
I'll
do that. You don't do that. I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'm
as
happy.
a person that told the cop his lips was pretty, don't do that. Don't do that. I would advise
I have. Don't do that. Actually,
I told the cop
I'll do it.
I was looking at his pretty lips, and it didn't work out well for me. Don't do that. I would advocate you.
What are you looking at? Your pretty lips. All right, that's good. I'll just squirrel that away. What are you looking at? I think you know.
It was funny, but it didn't work out well.
That's right.
I got a lawsuit out of it, but
jeez,
I also got my hands kicked.
Oh my god. Yeah,
But
we joke, but this sucks.
I want to piggyback off of what James was saying. Stop coming on to left people panels telling them that they have to fill away. More and more stuff is coming out. The song that was written on that Pew Pew is actually from a SoundCloud from a group that is right wing. Black people had nothing to do with this. If you look at the population of Utah, the black population is 2.8%. The LGBTQ community had nothing to do with this. Stop targeting people because somebody else did not like the man hateful rhetoric. Do I
Well,
sympathize for his kids? Yes. Will I lose sleep over this? No.
there's more to this. I've made two videos in succession about this, and like the sort of like chronically online culture that this was born from. Those little like dog whistles are dog whistles in a bunch of different ways, and so like this weird famously is like it means okay, and it means asshole in Brazil, but it also means white power now, and it depends on who's doing it and why. And like you can sit here and say, and that's the point, is that you can do this and go, no. I was just saying okay when you're whistling to the people seeing this. And so what those things on those shell casings left as a message were those dog whistles, and they're all in reference to this like deeply online group of people who don't think, worryingly, terrifyingly, that Charlie Kirk was far right enough. And like that is a focus of this is insane. And the fact that like this is there's still people saying that this was leftist. Two things more to speak about this. What kind of LGBTQIA warrior defender writes, if you read this, you're gay on a bullet, right? Nobody. That's dumb as shit. And then catch fascist, which is hilarious that they do that, because like Nick Fuentes often refers to Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump as fascists. They often refer to these people weirdly because they are like trying to tamp down or are subservient to different governments. Let's just say that. So that's both of those things. Let's say crucially, all of that's wrong. Let's say, which is not at all in any number of ways, that this guy was a radicalized left-wing lunatic who thought he was from Mars and was sent by the Lord Vishnu to do this. Demonizing half of the country, people, some of whom are not even engaged with this, some of whom are deeply engaged but have no violent ideology, based on one fucking loon, is crazy. It's bad. It's wrong to do that. Similarly, we can recognize that the rhetoric that is radicalizing people to do this to a presidential nominee, I might add, and also Charlie Kirk, is harmful and dangerous and should be addressed, but not label everybody on the right as deranged, bloodthirsty lunatics, though a lot of them are. And so that is a vital thing that like I think a lot of people with half a brain can understand, but it is the last thing anybody wants to do in this moment. Myself included a little bit, because I'm fucking furious. But like, yeah.
Just for the sake of saying it, right? Like, what do you colonize when you've colonized everything else? Victimhood. These people want to be victims so bad that they will make up a story before they have all of the facts. This person that did this grew up in a Republican household. The neighbor said that they were Trump supporters and MAGA supporters. Let's be clear. This wasn't somebody from LA driving a Prius. Yeah.
Prius is getting a lot of hate these days right now.
Yeah. I think one of the things that we have to contend with as we continue to have this conversation is that we have a section of the country that wants to be victims. And the fact of the matter is it exists on both sides, right? Which is why you have people engaging in the same crazy behavior with regard to this conversation, demanding people say exactly what they want, trying to control people's emotions. I think the thing that we have to recognize And Audre Lorde said it best: the master's tools will not tear down the master's house. You cannot use the tools of supremacy and think you'll get ahead. And I think that that's the thing that I am most frustrated about. It is seeing people engaging and utilizing the tools of supremacy culture to weaponize against individuals in an effort to control their speech and to control the way that they engage a conversation. I want folks to go touch grass. Get out of your house or your mom's basement with the Vaseline and go do something productive with your life.
Did you guys see what the Utah governor said too yesterday?
Yeah, he prayed for 30 hours that it wasn't pretty much a white man from Utah.
Yeah, he was hoping. He said he hoped it wasn't one of us in quotations. He hoped it was either somebody out of state or somebody out of the country. He wanted to blame it on either an immigrant or a person of color. Dead ass.
Yeah, it's and to say it so confidently with a lump in his throat, he said it.
Exactly.
And I was
Why find this out loud to millions of people?
That's fucking nuts. And
That's
worse still, he's still laboring under the impression that it was simply a white. That it wasn't. It was a white leftist. He was not even, I don't think, even tangibly or tangentially aware of the fact that like this guy is more than likely a deeply online far-right Christian fucking Looney Tune. And he didn't even understand what he was saying. It's not only one of you, it's the worst of you. That's nuts. And I'm so sorry, Nick, right after this. I've just said this in a bunch of videos that like I've seen a bunch of people come on the internet and say, you thought Charlie Kirk was bad. Now Nick Fuentes is going to take up the reins, like he has been adorned the crown, and like I'm with Nick Fuentes, and I'm like, I'm watching like Republican idiots go on and say this, and like logically that to them without knowing the crucial piece of this information is that Nick Fuentes was responsible for this. Allegedly, Nick Fuentes, like the ideology responsible for this, and so idiotically, people are coming on the internet and pledging their allegiance to the guy that did this. Isn't that fucking stupid? Isn't that the most insane shit I've ever fucking heard in my entire? Also on the nose, the fucking. Of course that's how this is. Of course it is. And then more than that, the guy who allegedly might have taken a shot at the guy that is currently sitting behind the Resolute desk got on the internet and blamed the leftists, and not the fucking guy who caused that either. Isn't that nuts? It's indescribable how stupid and complex this is, and how easy this is fucking digested by these people. And it's terrifying, and they think that we're lying. They think that I'm up here trying to like spin this, but if you just show them the facts, they have nothing. Nick Juan, sorry.
No, you're good, brother. But yeah, even the governor is partly to blame for this, because just in March he changed the law. Pew-pews were banned on college campus up until March. They were banned. And if he would have kept it like that, this probably would not have happened. So it's MAGA fault that this stuff is happening. Also, to the senators that automatically jumped out there and said that this was far right, far left people, as soon as they realized who this man was, they went from we should pretty much strange fruit these people to we should pray for this man.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk wouldn't want us wishing this man to be unalive. It literally changed as soon as they seen who the man was and realized what party his family was actually affiliated with.
This woman, this fucking psychotic crow, she's like, death penalty now, and then immediately upon finding out who this was, she was like, we should probably pray. Get fucked.
He She said the whole Democratic Party was to blame and
Yeah.
had to pay the price or whatever her words were.
Insane.
Calling
All right.
violence on the whole Democratic Party.
Let's hear this, dude. Go for it, libs.
Hey, what's up, man? You know what? I'm just sick of you white people telling people how to feel, man. Really, you telling people who are fascists, you tell people who are racist, you tell the gay people, the people who don't like them, you tell everybody what to think. And people are getting sick of it. I saw so much shit, pardon my language, I saw so much stuff I can't stomach. So many people with nose rings celebrating a man dying because of his skin color, and I'm black and I'm supposed to celebrate. They say, oh, only the white people are feeling bad. I'm black and I feel bad. What the hell? What? I'm trying to watch my language. Like, why?
You know what's crazy? I'm getting told that I'm not celebrating hard enough.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But
That's
so
weird.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why the hate. I'm not telling anybody how to feel at all.
You are. You guys are. A lot of people are. And you're shaming people for feeling the way they actually feel. Now they want people to act in front of a camera for them. They don't want you to go against anything they think. It's a hive mind. It's an echo chamber. That's what it is. That's what I see it as.
Yeah.
And I'm a black man, and you guys want me to what? Hate? What? He passed away. He was taken away. Like, I'm not gonna. I don't know, man. I can't compute it.
Sure. I don't. I want to say just on my behalf, right? Like, I know that it's easy to kind of lump everybody in one big fucking pile. There are a lot. I don't begrudge anybody feeling any kind of way about this, whether they look at somebody like this who has been like preaching absolute filth about every community that he's not a part of, that he sees as the problem, and like the like continuing the degeneracy of America, you included. He has said horrifically awful things about every fucking community, and when people see this and feel relieved that this sort of poison won't be belched out, at least from here, I don't tell them to be like, hey, don't feel this relief. I would never begrudge
that's
or
because
tone.
You're not a decent human being. I'm sorry.
Well, can I finish? Can I finish?
I feel like you guys are desensitized.
Let me just finish real quick. So like there are other people that like look at this and go, this is bad for a lot of different reasons. One of which is that like I don't like seeing people die, and people think that that's also a bad take because of this sort of like violence that this guy was like helping stoke in America. People who have your opinion, right? Who think that this was bad.
Now I'm even in a like from a point that like the more people that I see, like the left, quote unquote left, like the way they force people to think the way they think, it's like, oh, you're black, you should be celebrating. That is sick. That is sick.
Who said that?
A man was shot in the neck.
Wait, I'm sorry, because you
Hold on, Naquan. Hold on. Who told you to celebrate?
Oh my goodness. It's everywhere. It's right from the first second. Oh, he got what he got coming. You have Robert De Niro saying he should have seen it coming. Like, what is this? Where am I living in an alternate reality? Because this is not real life to me. This is different. This has never happened before. This has never happened before.
Okay, yeah.
This
is what's interesting to me. You have a profile with no profile picture. So I don't know how
I don't care about that. You have your profile up, you have your face up there. You don't look too good.
Your words don't need to touch mine to make a point.
Man, I don't know.
Care. I don't care.
I'm not trying to battle you. I'm not saying from my perspective.
Let me finish my thought.
Listen, can I say something?
No, you can wait till I'm finished.
Okay, sir.
And then you can go.
Sir. Go ahead.
So nobody is telling you from your green dot that you should support something because your face is not even visible. So I find it interesting that you've made a story.
Because I'm not here for a circle jerk. I'm not here for an echo chamber. Circle jerk.
Can you just let this guy talk? Hey, man, let James talk.
Wisdom is chasing you, but you are faster. I have not seen a person come up on a panel. Listen, as a gay black man, listen, if you don't want to like gay people, don't like them. Nobody gives a shit what you do. Quite frankly.
No, you're giving me a reason to be against something I don't.
The intellectual, the level of violent stupidity emanating from you right now disgusts me. I want you to be silent long enough to listen to somebody else rather than running your mouth trying to create yourself a victimhood story when you have none to take. You are literally up here complaining that someone's trying to force you to do something when nobody's forcing you to do anything from that little account with that green dot. Nobody knew you were black until you said it, sir. So rather than trying to show up here and colonize a space acting like a victim, I invite you to do some self-reflection, read a book, and do something useful with your life.
Can I talk? Can I? Oh, you think reading James Baldwin books, that's your entire identity? Clap for yourself. You should be ashamed because that man spoke and preached compassion. So you should be ashamed.
Okay.
First of all.
Okay, let me correct something because you just got up there and lied. So I'm a person that actually deal with facts, so I look up stuff as soon as it's said. I can't find nowhere that Robert De Niro said he should have seen it coming. So he
said that. He said that. He said that there are a bunch of
I can't find it. I can't find it nowhere online. So who said it?
Probably because he's deleted it. He did say it.
You know how the internet works. The internet is forever.
Now you guys are trying to deny it.
The internet is
you're
forever.
ashamed. So you're ashamed. Now you're trying to say he's a right winger because you're ashamed.
Sambo, focus.
A right winger calling another right winger a fascist. That's shame.
Sambo, focus. Who said it? See, I am not as respectful as the rest of them.
Nobody's respecting me. You've been insulting me.
So again,
this dude started calling me names. That's your thing. I don't do that.
I'm the one that called you names. I called you a Sambo.
Oh, good. So, I would never do that to you.
Who said it?
Because that's how your mother raised you.
Okay, thank you.
If your mother knew better, you'd know better.
Thank you.
So I'm not going to blame you.
Because of my mother, I own 2 businesses. So she raised me very good.
Yeah, but she never taught you to be a decent human being.
She raised me
failed
well. So again,
she failed you.
Slap nuts, because you didn't like Sambo. So
I don't know, man. You guys slap
nuts. Who said it? Slap nuts.
All right.
Never celebrate, man. It's not a win. Nobody's winning. This is not a win for anybody. This is gonna get worse.
I agree.
Why do you expect, as a black man, for other black people who have been affected by Charlie Kirk's
you have not been affected by anything.
Okay,
come on, Charlie Kirk. How many times have you?
How about if anyone told you that, if you said something like this is affecting me, and then somebody was like, no, would you react favorably to that? Would that be a reasonable thing to say? Also, shut up for a second and let Deja talk now. Thanks.
Thank you. It's insane that you expect for other black people not to feel some type of way about this death. It's mind-boggling to me for people like you to criticize other black people for celebrating his death, even though I'm not doing that. But how can you blame somebody for doing that when literally right after he died in Orange County out here, white people rallied and chanted, "White men fight back." This is the type of culture that Charlie Kirk prompted when he was alive. So why blame us why blame people for celebrating and cheering for him to be not on this earth anymore, when that is the type of culture that he perpetuated in this country?
I'll say something right now in the comments. You have people you said, "Oh, who am I to tell people?"
Why are you just waiting to talk? She asked you a question.
Yeah, I'm answering it. I'm answering it, sir. I promise you. I'm going somewhere. So you have people telling me I am not black. They tell me I'm not black, even though I'm blacker than all of them. They're telling me I'm not black because of what I'm saying. That's my problem. That's what I came here talking about. You're trying to tell people how to think.
Can you tell me what her question was?
Because I'm saying
Can you tell me? Can you tell me what her question was?
She was asking me, why do I feel like other people, you saw people going out saying white men fight back. Why do I feel like people should not feel remorse because you have other people who are not him going outside yelling out white men fight back. Did you see Charlie in that crowd?
Well, yeah.
To make it make sense.
I did kind of.
Well, you see, you didn't, and you're saying you did. This is what I get. That's not reality.
I saw 85 Charlie Kirks take to the streets and shout about like upholding and solidifying white power. Yeah, I did kind of see Charlie Kirk doing that. That was him.
Don't forget they also had banners with his names on it.
His best friend was Kenny
Hold on. I'm talking again. They had banners with his name on it. There was also an incident where they was having a visual and a man was trying to go home, and they jumped him.
Support that.
You support them jumping
disrupting them. Yes, I support it.
You support
them at that point, right? You're celebrating murder.
You see how dumb you sound? You support a man trying to go home because people are blocking the street and they didn't want to get out of his way.
Stop lying.
No.
What you guys do is lie.
See, this is the problem with you. This is why I called you a Sambo. Again, that man was trying to go home. They had no right to be blocking the middle of the street. And because he wanted to honk his horn, they decided to beat him.
I wish I was there.
Yeah. Hey, brother. Well, not brother. You're never gonna be white,
brother.
You're never gonna be white.
GT, if I could pivot back to something just real quick. Let me pivot back to something that I want to point out. And Deja, let me apologize to you because one of the things that I do regularly, and GT, thanks for calling it out too, is I don't overtalk black women. And I find it interesting that you showed up in this space, LBs, and talked to Naquan about his mother not raising him right, and in the immediate next breath, overtalked a black woman who was speaking to you respectfully. And I find it a disingenuous and hypocritical space to operate from. I don't ever overtalk black women, but I find it interesting that you were willing to overtalk her in this space after critiquing a black man about how his mother didn't raise him right. As the son of a black mother, I find your logic disrespectful. I find it disingenuous, and I find you to be operating from a space of complete idiocracy. To claim I'm blacker than the rest of you all is nasty work.
Oh yeah, it is. But
let me finish.
Okay.
I know you can't help yourself. It is a sign of intellectual instability when a person can't let someone finish their thought before running their mouth. But since you are so interested in interrupting every single person that talks, I'll land my plane there and invite you to stop over talking black women.
Thank you for that, James. I really appreciate it.
This is not real life. This is not real. This is not reality to me. No, it is. No matter how much you guys try to make it seem normal that you have people smiling and celebrating on the internet over this, I cannot find it normal. I see it as evil. That's it. That's it. I think it's evil.
Guys, I mean, they're not really.
I swear.
Celebrating.
But life. When did we get here? I thought it was sick. People were celebrating the killing of Osama.
So let me ask you a question.
Oh man.
Let me ask you a question.
Wait. You thought it was sick people celebrating the loss of Osama?
Yes, that's the kind of human being I was brought up to be. You do not celebrate things like that.
Osama
if you're not
bin
part
Laden?
of the team that got him, yes. If you're not part of the team that got him, you have nothing to rejoice for.
Got it.
What is wrong with you people? Now there's an American field and you rejoice for your own.
I would say that you are in a weird minority for those people that say that they would not celebrate the killing of Osama bin Laden.
And which people were celebrating? White tea people. Yes. Oh, you don't talk about oppression when it's that, right? You don't talk about virtue. You don't virtue signal when it's about that.
I think
Yeah,
Americans
people
probably
in the
celebrated that.
street
I think a
hugging each
a
other.
lot of Americans celebrated that.
Oh, yeah, not me, not my family. Because
All right.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. Find God, people.
Can I ask you a question? After Uvalde, Republican senators wore AR pens, pretty much celebrating what happened in Uvalde. Charlie Clerk, out of his own mouth, said, "Unfortunately, we're gonna have unalivement, so we can have 2As." That's pretty much celebrating and glorifying of an unaliving of kids. I mean, I can name so many more quotes. Can you? But I want to, like, this is a real question. Can you name the kids that were unalive that very same day in Colorado?
Lived. They did not die. You guys lie with
A
everything.
kid did
You lie with
unalive
everything
in
this-
Colorado.
That's enough. It's fine. It's fine. I don't fucking. That's enough, dude. That's fucking crazy work.
I think it's just so sad that we're like this steeped in white supremacy in this country that a black person, like another fellow black person, would look at other black people and not understand the hurt and pain that they're feeling right now. And that though they're not mourning this man, there's reason for that. There's clear reason for that. It's just, I don't know, it's just really sad to see that play out in real time.
It's yeah. I think that's outside of my lane, but I think that
The fact that he can't understand, like, that we just, Charlie said, yes, he's a symptom of why we don't feel safe in this country, but he really is compromising our safety in this country. I mean, look at how fast how fast it was for people to go and attack HBCUs
instantly.
over this instant.
In 10 hours, they were like 14 HBCUs received bomb threats. That is the immediate result of this.
I'll make a little plug for HBCUs in this season, if that's okay. Just here's the thing, and again, one of the creators tried to use them as a shield. The administration has targeted HBCUs in a way that people did not talk about in the way that they did with Harvard or Columbia. They have taken tons of research money from HBCUs. They have stripped their ability to even function because they relied on that money. And so in this season where we are talking about, right, HBCUs in general, I encourage everybody to adopt an HBCU, to find one, to try to donate to one. There are several that I'm happy to share because it is devastating. The cuts are to the bone at those places that don't have millions of dollars of endowment.
Somebody who, yes, agree. Somebody who does not have access to Google, and that's just a mean joke, asked what an HBCU is, and that's a historically black college or university. So,
and exist because we were not otherwise allowed to go to predominantly white institutions. I am a graduate of an HBCU. I think when we think about what HBCUs have done to the community, for the communities that they live in, etc., it is important not only to invoke their names, but to Good Trouble's point, look them up, make a donation. So I will do a post because I think it's so important. I think it is necessary in this season because they are not getting the positive news stories that people with $500 million of endowment that can cover the cost of a loss are getting. So look out for HBCUs, y'all.
and again, like there were a bunch of reports that came in addition to that, to like trans kids being not allowed outside of their dorm, and feeling immediately unsafe the day after, and like the knock-on effect of like the message is heard is effectively what I'm saying. The marginalized communities felt attacked immediately following this, and white supremacists felt emboldened to take to the streets and shout this. The message is clear, and the message coming from him were those things. That's what he stood for, was emboldening white supremacy and targeting marginalized communities. And both of those things happened in the hours afterwards. The message is clear. It's crystalline. It could not be any fucking clearer. So, yeah.
GT, somebody asked me for one that needs help right now. Let me do some research. Let me talk to a few people that I know places, and I'll try to get a link that I can share. And I don't know the best way to get. I'll put it up on a post, but GT, I'll share it with you if you want to share it too. Absolutely. If that's okay.
Absolutely.
Hey James, do you got a link tree?
True.
If you want, well, shit, in about 2 hours, I'm about to go DJ for a cookout. If you want, I can look them up. I can send them over to you so you can add them all to your link tree.
I know a few presidents of them, so I'm gonna just call and say, "Are you really in actual need right now?" To see before I make a decision. Then I'll share a link and make sure that people have access to it. But I think a really good use of our time to put a positive spin in the universe right now, when we are only talking about horrible stuff going on.
Agree. I'm happy to share that too. I do have to call it a day here, unfortunately.
Wait, can I turn on my camera real fast?
Absolutely. Good trouble. Hold on. Sorry.
You guys see?
No. Oh, cute.
Come here, Waffle. His name is Waffle.
Is he new?
No, he's not new. He's ours. He's me and my
great.
roommate's dog. He's just
Great.
up here chilling, and he wanted to say hi.
Needed.
Hi, Waffle.
Hey, panel, appreciate you guys a lot, especially in these moments. And I hope that you hear that for the weight that I'm trying to put in there. I do appreciate you guys.
Before you drop us, I do want to say two things to you and James. Y'all are bigger creators than me. Allegedly, there is a list that's going out. I don't know if it's true. So be safe. Be safe.
I'm on it.
Proportion that y'all can to keep your head down and on a swivel. Be safe. I'm not a huge creator, so I'm not worried about anybody coming at me.
I think we're all a little nervous, but that's also the important thing is to remember is that, like, I'm not trying to downplay the seriousness of that and downplay the seriousness of how people feel about this, fueled by like purposeful rage and misinformation and the sort of like violence that comes from this, which is a big reason why I don't support it. Which is the intent behind publishing and creating lists like that is to do exactly what they're meant to do, which is to make you scared to talk about this. And to that I say, you go and get completely and thoroughly fucked. So that's what I have to say about that.
Thank you, GT and Naquan. My one quote is, "I'd rather live on my feet than die on my knees."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those judged by 12 then carried by 6 kind of person. Anyway,
Me too.
All right. Given day, judge me.
I'm not excited about this, and like there's 0% of me that I've said this a couple of times since this has happened, but like there is not one second of any day have I ever fantasized about defending myself with the means I have at my disposal. Not one hot second have I ever, though, and I know that people do, and I think that is fucking or celebrated or the end of it, whatever it is. But like that's. I'm just gonna put that out in the ether.
I mean, the reality is, in all seriousness, like even though they know who the suspect is, they're still gonna target
Correct.
the left. They're gonna find excuses to do that. So it's still important for people to not be scared, but just be cautious and just be wary.
Right. All right, team. Appreciate you guys so much.
All right, y'all.
Let's speak soon. Okay. Thank you.
Appreciate you, James. All right. We're going to end here. Yeah. Yeah. Freight, I'll do that the minute you talk about who Nick Fuentes is and all this. I will go and run down that seemingly innocuous piece of information the minute that somebody, oh, this is fucking great. Let me just tell you a quick story. Can I just tell you a quick story? Can I tell you a really quick story before I go? It's my girlfriend's birthday, so I have to leave right now. But my very first, this is not a word of it a lie. My first college roommate, we were best friends. We got along really good. His name was Steven. He was from Louisiana. And it was one of those, you know, when you go to college and some roommates like hit it off and some people don't. We were instantly like went everywhere together. Best friends. And around, I think 2 months in, I think it was like Christmas time. And people were putting up and we're sitting around, you know, in the common area, me and my friend Steven. And we're sitting and we're talking about, and he goes, you know, your last name, Rosenholtz, like, we were talking about Christmas, and he was like, what are you going to do for Christmas? And I was like, I don't celebrate Christmas. And he was like, what do you mean? I said, I'm Jewish. My last name is Rosenholtz. Steven, we live together. And he goes, and his face kind of goes blank. He goes, man, I don't know why I never knew this. I had never seen your fucking horns. Dead in my eye. Dead in my eye. In 2004, he said this to me. And then he got up and walked away. And I looked at my friends, and everyone was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Steven sucks. And I got back to my room, and I was like, Steven, what the fuck? And he's packing his bags. And he was like, I'm not going to share my room with a Jew. That was my first college roommate. And the reason why I tell you this story is that if you think that you have some sort of conspiracy theorist about who he spends his time with, this shooter, and how they must be connected in some fucking way, I would like you to re-examine the fucking information that you have, which is zero information about that. Okay? I am not a fucking anti-Semite. But your conclusion, based on our room and board, that's what you're saying. So just a little bit of context about saying shit, even if that's true. Okay? That's, I think, a really fucking poignant little moment. Maybe just have a think about what that could mean. What it could mean, right? Could mean something, could mean fucking nothing. What we do know is that he had transcribed a bunch of fucking Nick Fuentes memes on a bunch of bullets, and that he was raised in a fucking Trump-supporting, Mormon, gun-loving, white household. That's what we know. Shut the fuck up. Thanks very much for coming to my TED Talk. See you guys later. Bye. Love you. Mean it.
They have given billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection. Or something. Just kill them.
Yeah, Brian, why did it have to get to this point?
Right. I would say this. We're not voting.
Paul Pelosi's attacker should get the Congressional Medal of Freedom. How dare you besmirch this great man? He was basically a saint. Yeah, I think we should euthanize homeless. What the fuck? What are you doing? Meanwhile, Matthew Dowd at MSNBC lost his job and received death threats simply for stating correctly that Charlie Kirk was fucking divisive. Gaslighting whiplash here is indescribable.
Wait, hold on. You leftists are sitting here saying that he is Republican because his parents are Republican Christian pastors, right? But yet, what's funny about it is he's wearing this shirt, right? This one right here, which is this shirt, oddly enough. Now, the nice thing about this is you can actually look up what this is, guys. And what you'll find is it's actually a call to action designed by the Salt Lake City chapter of Democratic Socialists.
What's actually funny about this is that this guy, his name is Jack Bellows, and is very obviously not this guy. These are two completely different people. Be so fucking for real. Now, what's actually nice is that you can go look up what you're posting and realize that it's fucking wrong. This is still up, by the way. Crazy work. The funny thing about this is I wish you possessed the capacity for embarrassment. Can I just ask you a really quick question? What kind of radical left-wing lunatic, LGBTQIA defender of justice writes, "If you read this, you're gay," on the fucking bullet casing? You want to just walk me through how that works? I wrote this is all blue as me, a few hours after this happened. This group speaks in memes and dog whistles almost entirely. This guy wasn't a Republican. He wasn't MAGA. He was worse. He was much, much further right than that. What's scarier is people are still, in this moment, taking to the internet and blaming leftist rhetoric for the violence we saw, which is fucking insane considering what we already know about this, and we don't know a lot. Scarier and even dumber still, people are avowing their allegiance to the guy who is leading the group that this kid was a part of, because in the vacuum of power, they see him as the next replacement. Because the left did this. But in fact, the guy they are swearing their allegiance to was the root cause of this. Isn't that fucking stupid? I'm going to make this video 1,000,000,000 times. This exact video, until it is all we are talking about. This is the most important, most crucial part of this conversation that we need to be having. Nothing else matters until this point gets across. I think it's worth pointing out that those of you in your moments of grief right now, taking to the internet and vowing vengeance and declaring war and promising revenge against the radical left, have no better idea of who did this or why than any of us do. They don't have a suspect. They don't have evidence. They don't have a motive that would allow you to come on the internet and speak with the confidence with which you are speaking. Not a blue-haired, Prius-driving, black trans person. Just a white kid from Utah that grew up in a Republican household who, as of a couple of years ago, wore a Donald Trump costume for Halloween. What does that mean? We still don't fucking know. We do not have enough fucking information about this. Are Republican lawmakers and media personalities and influencers walking this back even an inch, saying, we were premature, we didn't have all the information we should? No, of course not. Nancy Mace got on the news in front of God and everybody and said, the left needs to take accountability for this. And then she tweeted some flaccid bullshit about how we need to pray and come together. And it's not even a fucking inch. There's one man that could lower the temperature in an instant, throw a fire blanket over this raging inferno, but instead he's on Fox and Friends in the morning dumping buckets of gasoline on a fucking inferno. And if you're on the right and you don't like me and you've made it this far, have you said anything? Word one?
In the past 2 days, I've gotten several people fired from their jobs and expelled from their schools because they celebrated and condoned the murder of Charlie Kirk. There's nothing immoral about what I'm doing. In fact, it's my moral obligation. This is righteous justice. But there's people attacking me over it, including people on the right. They're saying, cancel culture, you can't engage in cancel culture. Yes, I can. The reason cancel culture was so bad in the past is because it was petty cancel culture used against us. It was used against people like us. Or little things like edgy jokes.
This is the entire thing in a nutshell. It's not bad until it happens to me, and then my righteous anger is actually justified. Not yours, though. You're not outraged by bigotry. You're not outraged by racism or homophobia or Islamophobia or transphobia or anti-Semitism. Why, Ben? Because that doesn't fucking affect you. That's petty. That's bullshit. This not worth arguing, not worth ruining somebody's life over. Why would you do that? Until this happens, you find something so morally reprehensible irresponsible, so morally bankrupt that you need to take action. You need to stand up because you were wronged. The people that you care about were wronged on the internet. Isn't that fucking interesting? In a moment so crystalline, so fucking brief, without a hint of self-reflection, you understand why people are mad when other people make petty jokes on the internet. It's bad when they do it. It's fine when I do it. You're a hypocrite. And that is the nicest I could possibly be about this. I think it's worth pointing out that those of you in your moments of grief right now, taking to the internet and vowing vengeance and declaring war and promising revenge against the radical left, have no better idea of who did this or why than any of us do. They don't have a suspect. They don't have evidence. They don't have a motive that would allow you to come on the internet and speak with the confidence with which you are speaking about who is to blame for this. I've seen mainstream media pundits and disgraced, deplatformed conspiracy theorists and dudes who have peed themselves on the fucking internet leap from their chairs as if in unison to declare that this was a left-wing fucking operation, simultaneously clutching their pearls, blameless in the escalation of political tension in America. The insistence that this rhetoric and your messaging is innocuous is bullshit. It is violent. I don't have to speak for the entire left. I can just speak for myself. My posturing and my content is entirely reactionary to right-wing conservative policies. That's it. All I'm doing is just responding to harmful ass shit that you guys belch out every 2 minutes. I know that. There is not one fucking policy that you can name, no law on the books, that is causing the same amount of harm to you Republicans as you want to cause to minorities and gay people and women and whoever and immigrants and every fucking buddy else under the sun. You say that we're violent? Look in the fucking mirror, dog. And nothing will change. There'll be a slew of half-assed, heartless thoughts and prayers, Charlie messages farted out by Republican lawmakers and Democratic lawmakers, and then they're just going to go about their day the same way that they've done for the last 25 years after every mass shooting. Every school shooting looks like that, by the way. All those children look just like that. Stick with me here, because this is important. There are endless instances of Charlie Kirk justifying gun violence in America. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. Charlie Kirk. It is okay to acknowledge the rise in political violence that this man helped stoke. It is okay to acknowledge the hindrance of common sense gun control reform that this man advocated for. And it is also okay to acknowledge that he should not have been the victim of gun violence in America and that the things that he was advocating for were incorrect. There is no magic number of people that we are willing to sacrifice, Charlie Kirk included, for the sake of having unfettered access to firearms in America.
And while our side of the aisle certainly has its crazies, it is a statistical fact that most of the lunatics in American politics today are proud members of the far left.
Do the words statistical and fact have Schrodinger cat properties that I was not aware of? Can they mean the opposite thing at the same time? I didn't fucking think so. Before we dive in here, conservatives, do you ever get tired of them thinking that you're fucking stupid? Do you ever get tired of them lying to your face and them assuming that you're too dumb to look anything up? We don't have to ask where he got those statistics because there aren't any. He made this up. In the last 20 years, far-right extremism has outpaced left-wing extremism by orders of fucking magnitude. It's not even close. Mascara McCouchfucker is counting on you idiots not to simply Google what he's saying, because otherwise this entire fucking thing falls apart. Violence from people on the left amounts to a rounding error. Okay? Right-wing extremists are to blame for the overwhelming majority of domestic terrorism crimes, including, but not limited to, this one. Grow a backbone. This is a softball. Fact check your guy. If he's lying to you about this, which he absolutely is, you're going to hate what you find in the Epstein files. I can promise you that.